Hello and welcome to the North Pine Podcast. I am your host today, Luke Fleck. I'm the CEO of North Pine Creative, and today is with me, Benjamin. I love your name. It's such a cool name. Benjamin Clements. He is our CMO at North Pine Creative, and we are going to be talking today about making your website work for you. It's really an important topic. Everything is so digital now. It's important to have a presence on the internet, but more than that, it's important to optimize it for what you need. So I'm excited. Ben is our expert on this topic. I love having conversations with him about this topic, and I'm ready to dive right in. How you doing, Ben?
I'm doing all right. I'm looking forward to talking about websites.
Oh, let's get into it. Now, you're a web developer, is that correct?
Developer usually refers to the people building the website applications. I prefer web designer. I play with the applications the web developers have built.
Fantastic. All right, good to know. Always good to have that clarification in there. So let's jump right in here to our first question that I got for you. What value does a website have to a business?
Yeah, websites are often thought of as being like the must-have for a business in the 21st century, which is kind of true. It's not as true as people want to think it is. So it's part of the pie. You need a social media to back it up. You need strong customer service when you're actually interacting with your clients. You also need a good website to go with it, depending on the type of business you have. But you don't want to make the mistake of thinking that it's everything, that if I just make a really big website, then my company's going to grow. That's not true. And a lot of people will build a website to their dismay, and they don't see the business growth. And that either it means they didn't build the website correctly, they're not using it the right way, or they haven't developed various aspects of it the way they needed to, or it's not as important to their line of business as they think it is.
Interesting. Fascinating. So, who would you say is kind of like they should have a website like right away if they don't already? Like what kind of industries and what kind of businesses would you say are the ones that like need it today if they don't have one?
Yeah, if you're selling anything, have a website. People who will visit your storefront will like your product. They might look you up, and if you've got no means of selling your product online, then you're telling people who don't want to return to your geographical location that they can't continue to buy your product. So if you're selling physical items, you should have a website that you can sell those items on. Now, on the flip side, people who shouldn't have a website. Basic services that handymen can do and offer don't really need a website. There's actually something known called Google Ads, incorporates Google phone ads, where if I Google something like I need a plumber, Joe the plumber just pops right up, and I just click on it and it dials your number. I don't need a website to sell that product or that service. So certain ways of being found on the website or on the internet are overlooked by people who think the website is what everybody wants. The website's not necessarily what everybody wants. Sometimes it's something on the internet like a Google Ads for phone, where I just generate phone leads and people just call me directly and I set up my time to go perform my service for them. That can be just as important. But to answer your question, who else needs websites? More detailed services like lawyers need some type of website that details their expertise and how to best engage with them. Non-for-profit websites need websites that detail what they're about and the causes that they're for. But some companies need to experiment with other ways of being found on the internet before they spend all the money that is necessary to get a website, especially if they don't know how to build it themselves.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you on that. And to clarify, when you mean smaller businesses like Handyman, are you talking about like those companies where it's just like 2 or 3 people on a team and they're kind of going around doing jobs together? Are you referring to those people or those businesses? Or are you referring to the ones where they offer multiple different service lines and have, anywhere from 5 to 25 employees or more.
Yeah, if you've got like the second company you mentioned with 5 to 20, 25 employees, a couple of those people should be admins that are there to answer the phone and respond to emails. Their website makes a lot more sense. But if it's just you and you're working all the time and you're your own secretary, it makes a little more sense for people just to reach out to you directly. You can have a website, but if you did have a website, I wouldn't go big. I would develop one nice page that detailed your service and easy ways to contact you via phone or email or text.
Gotcha. So it's where you don't want to dump a whole bunch of money into it. You should have something small, but it's not shouldn't be, something that you put $3,000-$4,000 in, and then it just sits there and it's not really doing a whole lot for you. That absolutely, I totally understand that. That makes sense.